Do you feel like anyone shows any sympathy to how you feel or sympathy to the work you put in?
So imagine sometimes you leave yourself undone just to ensure that everybody else is fulfilled. And then you have people seeing that and just seeing all the glitz and glamour and coming to the stress. I find my expenses to ensure that the money is very easy and it's flowing. This is hard work, long hours, late nights, stressful times. My thought process with what I said, if it have to reach to that because you hate me so much, I am always a person who have to think and brainstorm. It is get overwhelming. There are people who know the business me. There's people who know Kendal, the friend me.
How do you be able to just look past it and say, okay, cool, let everybody deal with it? That's the point I want to know.
Really and truly, what did I really lose? I was always lose sleep anyway, but what did I really lose? But some sleep.
I really just try to brush that off my shoulders and just keep going.
I was thinking just about the things that I would do. And I was like, yo, this man has a lot going on, and that's a conscious decision that he made to say, you know what, I'm going to take that as a chin. You leaving it up to the universe. And I have to give him credit for that.
There's a lot of pressure when you go out on a date and
You can get a personality out. So you are at our podcast space where we film our own podcast, which is called Dai Good Talk. It's a local podcast where we talk about relationship, life, general conversations, as how we say it in Trinidad, old talk, right? We do a bit of interviews as well, right? Because, I mean, as you would have seen, is you met the business me, right? But there's also another side of me, which is who I am. I'm a friend to many, and I mean friends, we have our own conversations. Right? We also incorporated the space. We also incorporated the space where other people could come and do their own podcast here. You just rent the space. We could put a backdrop to the back here, and you could make it feel like your own space. So I try to always make financial sense in a lot of the stuff that I do. Because this podcast was in my home, and then we invested in that space and we brought it here.
You got a lot of spaces to be just invest. Don't try to play it down like you invested into one space. You have a whole business. You have an empire that you're building. You told me about this. You told me about a car rental company. I saw that. Like that's not just one. It's a lot. Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, imagine for years you doing the right thing and you focusing on you. You're not focusing on Tom, Dick, nor Harry. You focus on yourself, your business, and ensuring that you grow your business. You're able to pay your staff, who by extension will have to see about their families and whatnot. You make your commitments, you invest, and most people who are in business, you know, the returns don't come immediately. So imagine sometimes you leave yourself undone just to ensure that everybody else is fulfilled. And then you have people seeing that or not seeing that and just seeing all the glitz and glamour and coming to distress you. Right? At the end of the month, for me, I find my expenses are very, very high. And my expenses is not that I'm living above my means. My expenses are the investments that I made. So people might see the nice cars, they might see the nice equipment, but all these things were investments. At the end of the month, I have to make commitments to whatever financial institution I would have taken these loans from. You would have seen the properties. These things didn't just appear, you know. There's no mommy, no daddy is assisting with this. There's no person who just left all these things for me. There's no person who I'm getting any type of illegal substances from to ensure that the money is very easy and it's flowing. This is hard work, long hours, late nights, stressful times.
The only thing I disagree with is at the end of the day, because I face the same thing. People is always the glitz. Nobody don't know, because people be like, hey, look, you are this and you are that, and like I work hard for that. Like all my investments, like I go in the bank too. I pay in workers too. So it's like
You leave yourself undone too.
But what I was always trying to remember too is out of sight, out of mind. Nobody not seeing the long hours. Nobody not seeing when you're going closing up your place 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning because they're home sleeping, right? You know what I mean? But on the other side of things, I reap the benefits. You know what I mean? Or the seed I sow. You know what I mean? So if I decide to live my life a particular way, like Kendal say, it's not to say like my mother give me money. It's not to say like I doing any illicit activities. You know what I mean? So I just find it real hard for people to come out from out of nowhere and try to disrupt what you have going on. I always tell people, bro, if you're focused on yourself and not me, you could probably do the same thing I do. You know what I mean? If you give yourself that time, you sit down and study Kendal whole day. You're not doing nothing for yourself, right?
He showed me the video where somebody tried to set
They didn't try it, they did.
They did set it on fire.
Yeah.
Here's why I say it was selfish, and forgive me to the people out there that think whatever. I'm not trying to change anyone's way of thinking. I feel like once you do that, and I'm gonna be mindful how I say this. Once you do that, you negate the people that you are providing for.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes, the people like saying, and okay, sometimes people don't know what we're going through as the person that's providing and everything like that. Sometimes we just look for like, this is a give and take, where it's like I give, you give, I take. Sometimes it comes off like that. And sometimes the people that you provide for don't know what you're going through personally.
Sometimes some of them don't care.
And sometimes they don't care.
Really?
You know what I mean? I have an issue with me having the thin line between caring about what people think and putting myself first. Because I know if I remove myself from the situation, I know how far a person may fall. But also I know that I have to care about myself in order to be healthy enough to provide. So I struggle with that. But I don't think like that. I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I struggle with that. So I get what you're saying. I just feel like I'm a person that try to overcome that as well, but I have a hard time overcoming that. I feel like I'm here. Everybody, I wasn't given the opportunity. I had to take it. Like I gave a lot of trouble as a child. I was very mischievous. People didn't want me around. Yeah, people didn't want me around. Family didn't want me around. I was doing a lot of shit. And when I finally built my own empire, I treated it like a baby. But I also see people out here that struggle, and I felt like I don't want you to have to go through. I know that pain that I went through, like trying to figure out how to get to the next level. I know that pain until I went viral with my son. You know what I mean? It was a road. It was battle rap. It was then my podcast. It was battle rap. Then me going viral. Then the podcast, and then keep doing it. Now the Joe Budden podcast, I'm on it. Like it's an uphill battle to be great. A lot of situations I caused. A lot of me not being mature has caused me to sever a lot of relationships. But I know what misunderstanding can look like when somebody misunderstands you.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that, to go back to what I was saying, it's hard for me to just be selfish and say, well, nigga, if something happened to me, I don't give a fuck what happened. And you're not saying that, but that's how I look at it. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened to them. Like, I care too much about the people that I provide for. And that's a detriment to me and my health and my mental health too. But I try to figure out a balance there. I'm sorry, I went on the tangent, my fault.
Yeah, I know, I understand completely what you're saying, right? For me, you see the stress that has come with every single thing. I know I sign up for it, but I'm human, and sometimes I just need the break. Sometimes I just want my brain to stop thinking. I always had to figure out your problem, his problem, her problem. And it's not just with work, it's with people in my life. I always had to figure out something for somebody. I am always the person who had to think and brainstorm and figure shit out. And it has get overwhelming. And at the end of the day, some people might not have the same view of me, but I am, if I could assist somebody, I will assist them, right? But there's a saying that they say, who does help the helper? Like that. That's how I feel it is be sometimes.
Who saved Superman?
You understand? So, my statement, and I agree with you. I understand your perspective.
They threw me off.
Yeah, listen, it will throw anybody off. It's how raw it has been said. But at the end of the day, I'm human.
True.
And I'm tired.
Do you feel like anyone shows any sympathy to how you feel or sympathy to the work you put in? Do anyone care? Can you say in your mind that I have some people that actually care, or you feel like everyone is in it just to get what they can get out of the situation?
Nah, there are people who care. There's all people who care.
I just feel like nobody who cares.
It's have people who care, but okay, Keron
It's subjective?
It's subjective, right? But okay, let's just say I have to pay salaries at the end of the month, and it's a certain figure,
Yeah.
right? How much you gonna care to assist with something like that?
Yeah, I get it. Are you,
But you might just have a rent to pay, and you'd want me to care for that, right?
yeah, I see.
And if I don't care enough, it switches up. But at the end of the day, I on my phone is about 3 people who messaged me today, and it's me having to care for their
I
situation.
heard the phone conversation.
Yeah,
You said I can't talk about that right now, but one of them, you said what's going on. I heard you.
bro. Nobody just be in the shoes and see what's going on whole day, you know. Look, I show you how we meet today, and the meeting today. I'm a person that believes in when an opportunity come, you have to open that door immediately.
Of course.
I was up since 4. I went Port of Spain. You see the traffic situation.
I did.
Right? Port of Spain, El Dorado, come back south, come back up in the east to treat with you. And I mean, I'm not tired of doing what I do today. And I'm glad that we do what we do today. Because even this conversation has gave me more energy from everything I did today. You understand? But nobody just see that. Nobody just see that.
When you talk about it, you got some shit on your mind. You gotta talk. You gotta talk about it. Yo. You gotta go to the States, man.
Just see somebody though.
You got some shit. No. I'm looking at it.
You gotta unpack.
Like, he has to. Here's the thing. I feel like even with me, right, when he's sitting there talking to me, I wouldn't realize that he's going through anything because he blocks it off and he's being so hospitable to me.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And that is me.
This is what I want to do. So now you giving me, I can see how a person like you, some people may try to get over. Not me, but I can see like you're just a cool guy. Now maybe you do. I don't know because people might say, Flip, you don't know him. Shut the cool. I'm just saying, I've watched you. I've witnessed you get on the phone, but I witnessed you talk to people. I witnessed like 4 people or 3 people call you about their issues, and the whole time you were just like, yo, this is what I can do. This is what I can do. From my company could present. I feel like now I talk to you and look at it. It's a lot of shit you got to unpack, boy. You got a lot of shit you're going through.
But,
Yeah.
But what I would say recently, I had a conversation with a friend, a mutual friend.
Right.
And you was telling them about some problems and things. And like we say, their problems is not like our problems. You know what I mean? They don't have that amount of responsibilities. Little minor things might be a car payment, a bill or something. But like for persons, entrepreneurs, you're feeling the pain every week because the salaries, maintenance, this, that, and whatever. And he tell me, boy, certain things happen to him and he's feeling anxious about having certain bills to pay. I say, well, bro, experiencing what I just feel all the time. He said, so what does do? I said, but really and truly, is that about stress management and balance, right? I said, dog, what you could do now that would prevent that bill from coming this month or next month? Nothing, right? So he said, it's true. So I said, well, like, all right. I said, so you could call it the elephant in the room. I said, it's not going nowhere. I said, so you have to make friends with the elephant, dog. You know what I mean? You have to be acquainted. You know that coming, you know what I mean? So if you continue to stress yourself about it, that will not really remove the problem. So I just always tell people, but instead of studying the problem, I'm a very solution-based type of person. I people say, I don't have any sympathy or I don't care. But when you bring a problem to me, the first thing I would want to tell you is how you can solve that problem. Because dwelling on it's not really doing anything for you.
Do you feel like us being men, it's hard for us to be emotional, to express our feelings? Do you feel like we lead with being macho?
Yeah.
And lead with saying that, yo, I got it under control. I'm the person that, I'm not going to sit here and complain because I respect that answer. I'm solution based too. I don't want to hear the complaints, but that's to somebody. Sometimes they just want you to listen. They don't want you to give a solution, and they can look at us like we're being selfish, but we're not. Like it's just two different type of people. So do you feel like us men, as men, we're just not emotionally available when it comes to expressing ourselves?
I agree, but I think
showing empathy. Not showing empathy.
Is it easy to be misheard as a man, you know? Because it might sound as though you're being a bitch, it might sound as though you're complaining, it might sound as though... and then you don't want nobody come out. So you don't want to... Imagine being ridiculed for expressing yourself. That's real crazy. Like a girl tell you how she feel about something I ridicule. She not see if the world will eat you alive. You understand? But come now to say something like, boy, I feel as though the situation is stressful. Nobody don't want to hear that, though. I recently helped a man on the road the other day with some issues that he was having. And he tell me, boy... my child mother gave me so I said, bro, I don't help you already. I say your problems, nobody don't want to hear that. I say, you as a man, you just have to do what needs to be done.
But you see that? You see that thought though? That's programming, do you think? Some people say that we're programmed to think that way. Like, listen, I'm with you. I'm on that same type of time. But my experience as of late, people are telling me that I'm not emotionally intelligent. That's a thing that people are trying to say that I'm not. You're not emotionally intelligent. You're not emotionally available. You're not emotionally aware. You don't have, you don't, because you're saying that to somebody nobody cares. I'm with you, nigga. Nobody give a what you talking about, bro. Go handle your business as a man. But to him, what if he exhausted all his resources? Why do we as men have to be the only ones that have to handle everything? That's how some guys look at it. Even though it's how life is, man.
I accept the fact. I used to think so too, you know?
Listen to
Why, that wasn't carrying me no way. I just accept the fact and just do it. I just accept the fact. Because it's like, all right, if I don't do it, who gonna do it?
Oh.
I mean, so what to do then? Prolong myself, sit down and study it whole day then?
This is for like, okay. For instance, like for me, right? Dealing with so much people during your day, just be overwhelming, right? Especially when you had to solve out fires and solve problems. Then, for me, it's a thought process because then I had to be very visionary with the business, right? I had to figure out what to do next couple of months, what to do next year. I had to prepare for things that are changing, right? I had to figure it out. Yeah, your competitors are coming for you. All them things is be
mention about on your place. Mention about on your place.
I'd be mindful and aware of so much things.
But then you hold it, no disrespect, but you hold it. You told me the story of the nigga that burned down your place, but you say you see him.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Well, it's Trinidad, though.
But why you saying it's Trinidad? Trinidad don't play. Trinidad don't play. I'm not gonna let you say Trinidad. I don't even know what that means. When I went to Trinidad down where I went, them niggas is not playing. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
I respect the professionalism, but how does that not eat you alive? How does that not eat up with you?
It's not that they don't eat my life.
Nigga did. I saw the video. Nigga tried to burn down your. I saw it. You work hard to get where you at, and this nigga's walking around moving around. I don't promote no violence. That's not what I'm saying.
You're not promoting violence. But here what I'll be very, very sure about, right? There are people who know the business me. There's people who know Kendal, the friend me. And there are people who just know the Kendal that is trip off. And here what I could say, it has certain instances. So certain people are cowards. I don't think certain people would come to my face to do something or tell me something in a certain way. You understand?
Okay, I'm with you.
So
I can see it.
What transpired with them vehicles, I wasn't supposed to know who did it, you know. But I figured it out in less than an hour of it happening. Right? So that's all I would say.
I know, and that it could be a little sensitive. Forgive me if let me know. I'll stop at any time. I just feel like I respect you even more because I don't have that in me.
Yeah.
Now I'm not questioning you as a man, right? I think that you hold. I can see how. Even when you talk about it, I can see how tense you get because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just don't know, like, because a nigga broke my jaw years ago. He snuck me from behind, broke my jaw, and I ended up interviewing him 10 years later. I didn't know who he was, but when I found out, I interviewed him to find out the situation. So I come across people that do shit. I've been there, but when that happened, the stuff that I was doing, like I laid in the park looking for him. I went to his house. I did a lot of shit to try to find this guy. You know what I'm saying? So they were able to put it together. Cool. We talked. We got past it. Cool. And people disrespected me online before. A guy walked into my house. He was named AKA Presence. He walked into my home, pretending to be DoorDash, hugged my children and shit like that. And I beat him up. Me and my cousin kicked his ass. We like, and then because I was, let me just put this in a good word. Because I was carrying something I wasn't supposed to carry. When the police came, he didn't tell on me. So I end up inviting him to my studio and making him a character on my show.
Okay.
So I know what it's like to extend the hand. I just say that if a nigga try to burn down my place, try to burn down your place, and you said that, yo, I seen him a couple of times. To me, that's like, how do you deal with that and not say nothing? You said the same thing, yo, this is Trinidad. I don't know what that means because I know niggas in Trinidad get crazy. I can even tell you get crazy. So
everybody's get crazy.
that's what I'm saying. So exactly.
Don't
So,
underestimate nobody.
no, not me. I don't play around with Trinidad, nigga. You crazy.
But what
How do you approach a situation like that though? I can't look if I knew you trying to set my place on fire, unless we had an understanding, unless you try to compensate me, unless you say, yo, I made a mistake, this is what I was doing here. I'm not playing with you, nigga. I'm gonna try to fix you each time. I may not try to kill you, but you give the nigga sandwiches, nigga.
But let me give you a little perspective on that, right? Especially in this place, right? What I would say, men don't play. Anybody can make anything happen at any time. Trust me.
It's cheap, eh?
Anybody can make anything happen at any time.
Relax.
Relax.
No,
But understand what I'm saying.
I know, I got it.
If
If you
that
really
was my
wanted
character,
that. No, but I don't even think it has to do with your character, right? Well, I just look at it like this, right? When somebody come at me sideways, I just always think about it like this. All right, let me say Kendal did decide to act on a certain type of feeling that he was having.
Yeah.
Or even you at this point, because the story you told was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Something was happening to you now. When you really look at it, you have everything to lose, you know?
That's a fact.
I'm not putting everything that I work so hard for this plate. That don't mean you have to come wrong me. But I don't know one time, go bounce your head and come wrong me. But I just say, nah, boy. Like I take a big punch recently too with offer something, a little business transaction with somebody that didn't pay, and I really felt to do something about that because like Kendal say it's cheap. And when I look at what I lost, I say, well, boy, I could fix this, you know.
And it disrespectful
and I say, boy, and then what? Lose everything for a moment? What?
That's why I respect you guys. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not risking everything for that.
Here's the thing. I respect what, even though I preface it, I said what I said. At the end of the day, I respect you guys. I respect Ken. This is my man. Like, I don't know him, but I have the utmost. Driving here, after that, I was thinking just about the things that I would do. And I was like, yo, this man has a lot going on, and that's a conscious decision that he made to say, you know what? I'm going to take that on the chin. You leaving it up to the universe. And I have to give him credit for that. Because even talking about it, look, he got a little frustrated. He started doing this with his hands. You got to watch. I watch, so I understand, I'm not questioning his manhood at all. I'm just saying that the reason why I was asking, like, how are you able to do that? What do you put in your mind if I know that you try to set my place on fire, nigga, I got to look at you? What is in your mind? How do you be able to just look past it and say, okay, cool, let everybody deal with it? That's the point I want to know.
So if we look at it this way, right? The arson attack was not how I could put it. It's a business, right? A business, everything is insured. When I have to sit down and think about it, as much as I would have gotten angry and felt to retaliate and all these different things, right? Really and truly, what did I really lose more than some sleep? I was always lose sleep anyway. But what did I really lose but some sleep? That's basically it. Because the month after, the vehicles were already replaced. It was a new series plate, new model vehicle. Really and truly, didn't really lose much. Because it was just more material things at the end of the day. That between me and you, I could say it here, the insurance company might be watching me, we would actually sell the shells on them and make a little bit of profit on top of what we would have gotten back to replace. So I really didn't lose anything. When I sat
It's
down
an
and looked
inconvenience.
at it and rational. Inconvenience,
It's
yeah,
an
fair enough.
inconvenience.
But every day we just get inconveniences in life.
It's true.
Every single day.
So you think so that's in your mind of how you approach the situation, even when you see him, or see them, or see whomever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just like, yo,
I-
nigga, I ain't paying you no attention. You gonna lose more than me later on in life.
Because at the end of the day, these individuals are older than me, and we're in the same circle. I am a threat.
You are. You bodying that shit over here. I can see. You bodying that shit.
And a lot of them have been in the business longer than me.
Well, and that, I feel like a disagreement with somebody is like a death match, boy. Because it's like they'll do you something, you'll do them something, and it go reach far. So if you could curtail that, better.
I want to give you both credit though. I want to shout both of you out because to have that way of thinking is inspiring. Like, I don't want you to think at all that I brought that up to try to clown or make fun or think you were less than a man.
No, trust
at all.
me.
And if
yeah.
I did
And I didn't
that-
feel no, I didn't feel that way.
If I
Yeah.
did that, please let me know because that was
I didn't feel that
my
way.
intent was I like to do a build up. So my intent was like, yo, I wouldn't have done that, but I respect it, right? I lost a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Like just recently, I lost some editors because of my reaction, just
right.
in the moment. Now I could have handled it different. Like you react and have this. It's that's called instant gratification because instantly I feel good, but later on I don't.
When you sit down and think about it, yeah.
Like, yo, I didn't have to handle that like that. I didn't have to talk like this. I didn't have to do that. So I respect that. Anybody that I see as a man and doing it, I'm not afraid to show love. Y'all want to be on that macho shit if y'all want to. I'm not afraid to show love, man.
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And that's a challenging thing to really sit down and admit, or if you have to make an apology to whomsoever,
Yeah.
that, hey, I really could have dealt with that better.
Because
know what I
you
mean?
think about it though, I got kids, I got a wife, I got families, man. I got a family. I'm not only providing for myself, I'm providing for them. So that now, like, my business takes a hit. So now, we are taught that you never quit a job until you get another one, right? When you get another one, then you quit. You don't overreact. And a lot of times, I'm too old, I'm 38 years old. I find myself still overreacting in the moment because, yeah, I'm not the one that caused the trouble, but also it's like you can react differently. You can just take your time, reevaluate the situation, get on the phone later. So now I'm telling everybody, suck my out of here. I don't give a
That emotional intelligence.
yeah, and then I lose everything. Not lose everything, but because I'm still go and get it. I'm a hard worker.
But it just put a little bit of
It's an
spokes
inconvenience. It's an
That's what it
inconvenience.
is. Yeah.
It's a setback, you know
It's a
what I mean?
setback,
And
yeah.
you're really trying to, all right, you already have, whether it could be the rain start falling, whether it could be the sun too hot, whether it could be a tropical storm. It have all kind of natural inconveniences already.
True.
You understand what I'm saying?
You don't want to add things.
That accident on the highway, you can't reach where you're going, the place closed, all kind of things. So you really don't want to stop yourself any more than you have to. And that's why I just really try not to pay any negative mind to anything because that just stopping me from where I need to be now. But you know what I mean? I really just try to brush that off my shoulders and just keep going, yes.
Nah, you guys are fire, man. Let's move on from this emotional intelligence conversation. I got a question I want to ask you guys. Unless y'all got something else to say about that.
No, good.
Tell me about your friend that stole from you. Thank you for bringing that up, yo. Because he tried to get away.
So that's our next story. Yeah, I would have put into a video eventually, but had a staff. He started working with us, and we got pretty close. So I mean, to say friend, I more would say associate, because I didn't know you that length of time, but we were cool, right? So we would hang out and thing after work. I had a gym by the next office, so that time it was COVID time. So when it was COVID, I ended up buying up a set of gym equipment and I made a little outside gym. So some of us after work, we used to exercise right outside. So that plenty moments you bond in a sense as how certain things just start not adding up, right? Like, you know when your vibes just intake somebody? Like, I start to look at certain things he said twice because it just wasn't making sense. That's when I realized that you're one of those people that lies a lot now, pathological liar. So I started to pay attention to him a little more, and this was around Christmas time. So there was a delivery that was supposed to go to a client, and I knew the client. So I saw him take the item out from in the warehouse and he placed it by the kitchen area of the office. So I asked him, I say, who that for? So he told me who it was going for. So it come like you possibly working by me and you take something and you tell me you're gonna carry it for Keron. Remember, Keron is my friend. Mm-hmm. So, cause I was looking at it, I called Keron the next day and in a smart way I say, you get the items we sent for you? And Keron was like, what items? And then I was like, don't worry, no see now. I'll check on it and let you know XYZ because I don't realize what went on. So now I start to watch you more. I start to pay attention to everything you're doing now. And while that happened, the Lord started to send signs for me. And I had to say it that way because other people start to call about little peculiar things he's doing. And nice when I realized that he's stealing. So, funny enough, I shouldn't say funny enough, but strange enough, I'm going to tell he this now, and he going to, I'm going to hear his reaction. Overnight, in the morning when we came back, everybody come out to work, my office broken into. Money gone.
Somebody broke into
the office. Laptops gone. And this is me thinking it's him, eh? We check the cameras now. 4 fellas, this skin complexion, just happened to break into the office. Coincidentally. It had nothing to do with he. But because my mind was looking at him, I'm thinking it's him. That happened. Police come, whatever. Boom. This was around Christmas time. And that period, Christmas kind of felt like how this long weekend we have here. Mm-hmm. So Christmas was like on a Friday, Saturday, something. So the holiday was extended. So I ended up pretending to have a lime in the office. And I invited him over. Right? He came to the office at security. And then we would have interrogated him and show him all the proof of the stuff that we have he was stealing. And he ended up owning up to it and admitting to everything. Right? He came with a young lady as well at that point in time. It was real embarrassing for him. I still had the videos on my phone and I never posted it up anywhere. No, I never posted it up nowhere. But I have them. Right? It was an embarrassing moment for him in terms of how she did not realize the character of an individual she was interacting with. So I felt it and I saw the embarrassment in her face when everything just unfolded. Right? And it hurt me to an extent because I checked for you just to know that you would have done me something like that. So that happened and the long weekend passed just like this. And then after Boxing Day, we come back out to work, which was a Tuesday. You know, the Tuesday when we come out, the same men from before break in the office again and thief more thing. The thief workers to cut grass and thing. The thief all and gone. Just imagine you experience one episode of trauma, then you get the next one with the theft, and you get this next one. So boom now, same guy who stole, right? He would have basically he would have sent his uncle to return the work laptop, right? And this is the moment when police here the office under all kind of craziness because we reacting to having another theft, right? His uncle came and introduced himself, and then when I heard, I said, how you here? Because in my mind, even though he wasn't behind the burglary, I still upset because he was stealing from me. And emotional time again, I'm angry. So when I say to myself, I say, but you living quite in the east. How your uncle here? I say, you had to be somewhere close by. I dealt with in business and in life.
Okay, that was.
I will show you the video after.
What did he admit to steal? What did he steal?
He stole a lot of things. So it's like, okay, let's just say that this mic, let's just say I have 1,000 of these mics.
Okay.
Right? And let's just say that this mic is $1,000. But you want some of these mics or you want to start up a podcast. He's selling you the mic for $10, not the 1,000. So you go and say, hey, that's a real good deal. Now remember, he making $10 profit because he didn't pay nothing for the mic. So it was items of that nature that he was pilfering, making it seem like he was doing normal deliveries and whatnot. And what he was doing was telling people to pay cash. So now my business, I don't want cash. I've invested in Lynx machines, the portable ones, which costed me every month because I just had to pay a fee for it. But at the end of the day, it mitigates the theft aspect. I don't have to stress her because, as you see, it's a big operation. I can't police everybody to make sure that you deliver this and you bring back the money. And then things grow so much, right? It's hard to micromanage all those things. And then as much as you put systems in place, human beings always find a way to beat the system. As much as you put systems in place to do things, it would work and people will look and find a loophole to spin that system. That's what I realized.
So when he came here and you was with the security, y'all put hands on him?
I never touched anybody that day. Well, I never touched anybody at all.
The security put hands on him?
No. None of that.
So what made him confess?
It was more of a intimidation tactic.
And he admitted to steal. So he brought. Did he bring the stuff back?
It had not bring stuff. Let me explain something to you.
No, I got it. I mean, he paid. He sold it. But
those stuff already gone to people, so it have nothing to bring back, right?
So why did his uncle come? That's what I don't understand. You said
there was a work laptop that he had, so he was returning that. Right. Really and truly, I guess wherever he probably felt to return that, right? But that issue reached into the law's hand where he was charged and he's supposed to be making payments via the court medium. And that happened probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And I've not received a cent back. And I could tell you here, the figure is over $100,000.
What?
I've not received a cent back from that yet to this day. And I have not seen that individual since that happened. And it's only here, like people I know, they tell me they see him in this fete and whatnot, but I've not seen that individual since. But you see how the system is, eh? I mean, as much as the law would have assisted in the charge, I've not received anything yet. And for me, I would rather you do jail time. And I'm not talking about 2 months. Go to the full extent.
Why do you prefer that? Why do you prefer?
Because I think that will teach you a lesson. I think that will teach you a lesson. But he's outside. He went and do the same thing to our next company, right? And that is why you need to do the jail time. Not a weekend in the jail. Just do the full sentence or whatever is the term for the charge.
So you haven't received anything back from him?
I've not received anything.
Did you check everything?
I checked. I literally checked, and I heard he paid like 900 or something. And if my figures is 100,000, what am I going to do with $900?
But
And that's about 4 years ago.
When you say the figures are 100,000, right? Did you go through it and calculate? You seem like a guy that's very precise.
I could tell you it is more than that, but what we could have traced back and account for, that is the tally that we got.
He was bugging. So now, if you see him, what is it like with him?
You know,
I've not seen him. I've not seen him since.
I never see him either.
Yeah, I've not seen him since.
So
You might be looking like a new person now.
You destroyed his car, you got tased.
Not me.
Or the person looked like you got
The person
tased.
who looked like me.
So the police tackled that
The
person?
police said that they said that never see somebody who hold 3-hour charge back to back on the taser.
You was that man. He was that person was that man.
That person was that.
But you're lucky they had tasers that day.
Well, yeah, I lucky. Well,
Yeah.
yes, the person lucky that it had tasers that day.
Yeah, because you know what they be doing. Yeah.
Hey, because I be saying like, tasers is one thing. I've seen people withstand the tasers, but one thing I know you cannot withstand.
Shots.
No. I mean non-lethal, Non-lethal. Pepper spray.
But I don't think they had pepper spray back then.
Nah, we had pepper spray, dog.
But that was not normal.
Was Gary Griffith in office at the time?
I can't recall, you know. Was he? That was that
I think so, you know.
probably.
Yeah. Huh?
Because when I spoke to Gary, he told me that they canceled all the pepper spray and tasers that he put in. He put.
Hey, we have pepper spray and we have tasers, eh?
Still?
Yes.
I think the tasers is a good thing, you know.
I do
You need
think-
that.
It's a good thing,
Do y'all
but
feel
I've seen, like I said, I've seen persons withstand the taser
Yeah.
now. So I prefer it. They don't have no way you can stand up and
correct,
that.
yeah.
You're folding up, pepper
Yeah,
spray
I have a
folding up.
question for y'all. I asked Gary Griffith and other people that I feel like the stories that I hear is that officers from the Caribbean shoot first, ask
You
questions.
should disclose to him, Keron.
Are you an officer?
Yeah.
Officers in the Caribbean,
Sometimes.
I heard that you guys are shoot first, ask questions later.
I've never experienced that.
Hold on. When I do the research, when I look at the documents, there's a lot of people dying from police killing. Now, what I heard in Jamaica, this was told to me, this is what I saw. You can correct me. What I heard in Jamaica was, the reason why we kill them niggas is because they will kill us first. They would shoot at us first, so we kill them. This is what I heard in Jamaica. I asked Gary Griffith that. He said, nah, that's not it. But he was giving me a politically correct answer because there was a lot of people that said that a lot of the criminals who were criminals or guys who they seem bad, they get executed in the street. A lot of them are not being prosecuted. What do you say to that as you being an officer?
Listen, I don't know where people get this idea from that persons who involved in nefarious activities do not try police officers, especially in this country.
Okay.
They do. And a lot of people, they're shooting at you. It's like,
So they are shooting because it's
legit.
So people said they're not shooting at y'all.
Legit, they're shooting at you.
So let me just highlight
And I
something.
appreciate. I want to
They're
have that
shooting at
conversation.
sometimes you might tell a man, dog, knock on a man, dog, who's that? Police, bang, bang. They're shooting at you already. Like,
Get out of here. You serious? I rock with you, so tell me. Like, I'm just letting you know. I heard from one side. I didn't. Hear
I
from
swear.
But I also heard from a guy that was a part of the SWAT team that told me one time when he came to the States that, sometimes we get a call, man. If they want them gone, they want them gone. I heard this from him verbatim. Sometimes you got to go. That's what I heard. You don't have to respond to that part. But Gary said the same thing. You said that officers are being shot at, but the niggas in the street say, nobody's shooting at police officers.
Well, I mean, where's the incentive to say something like that? I just saying. Like, as a criminal, what would be my incentive to say, boy, I just rob people, shoot people, sell drugs, and shoot behind police officers?
Well, selling
Right.
drugs, killing people, all that shit is wrong. We
If
don't
you ask
stand-
people,
We
if
don't
you
stand
ask-
with that, and they admit
Nobody
that.
never do nothing wrong, you know. If you ask people, no, I never do that, and nobody never do anything.
So, but if we know that police officers is gonna kill us or outnumber us, we just gonna see an officer and just shoot at him randomly. That don't make sense to me.
No, listen, it doesn't be random, but it just be like, all right, you wanted in connection for X, Y, and Z, so you already know the police gonna take a serious approach. You know when they say they will come and they will deal with that. There's
Coming
not,
aggressive.
nobody not come and they say, well, where you going, but you eat something today. You know what I mean? They might use a different
They
type of
come in aggressive,
language. They
hey.
might come and have different type of tactics because they
Gotcha.
already know you as a type of person already. You know what I mean? And people might feel as though, well, but people will do anything just to not get caught. But I swear, I feel it's so. People are so deluded by. People are so deluded by.
But I guess we can say the same thing about you. You're an officer. You're not gonna talk bad about the police.
Boy, you ever see a bandit run before? Not even Bolt could catch that man. Them fellas running for their life. They're fighting. They're swimming. They're climbing.
You gotta
Dog, they will not.
Don't speak in code. Explain. So
You see, I literally, like, I had to subdue a man with like 4 people already because one man just couldn't do it. And it's not even to say that the man was a big, strong man, but these fellas really just
Let's
don't
get
want to
your
get caught.
adrenaline.
They just don't want to get caught.
But what I could say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, from watching the news,
God.
you know, you just get frightened about. As a black brother, when I go to the States, I'm fearful of the law. That's how the news painted. I'm gonna tell you something, right? Remember telling you about the driving thing issue I have?
Yeah.
I remember I was driving on the highway in Miami. An officer, a van was behind me, and it's pouring the siren and everything. And bro, I started to freeze up, you know, and pulled to the side. And he stopped me because he said I was touching the line too much, and he said he could charge me for that. But when he saw that from out of tongue, he told me, don't take my time and don't let me see that again. But I was kind of traumatized from that experience. And after that, anytime I go to Miami, I'm not driving. Because I had a
They're
little that
traumatized.
road.
They're traumatized.
But if police stop me here, I'm not feeling fearful about anything. The interaction to me just be normal, license and insurance.
But you know, we don't care what police say, you know. Yo, man,
So what do you say about the video where the police officer shot up the car, killed the man, and the girl got paralyzed? What do you say about that?
No, you see, that's the whole thing about it, right? I feel like people not... If it's so one-sided, it already... Like, the police starting from behind already, you know what I mean? Because people already do have trust and faith in police officers, right? But, I mean, when I look at... That could have been circumvented. When I look at the circumstances that surround that situation, right? A lot of people not taking the time to read the... Well, I don't know if to call it facts or what was allegedly reported or whatever the case may be, right? But from what I understand, I stand to be corrected, you understand, was that they were police officers attempted to stop them on the highway, right? Somewhere around St. Augustine. Now, the area where they would have came to a stop, and the man never stopped, he crashed, first to begin with, right? He crashed. He never stopped because police officers asked him to stop. He was just running, and they crashed. So, I look at where they try to stop the individual compared to where he had actually stopped. It's a great distance, I would say. You can't say the man didn't know he was trying to evade the police. You understand? One set of officers try to stop you. Obviously, if they realize they're not stopping, they'll call for assistance. More and more police officers start to join the chase now. You understand? You don't think that was 6 police cars chasing you and you still don't want to stop your car, boy? What does you have in that vehicle so that you don't want to stop, boy? I don't understand. And all right, let me be real, right? A really seasoned criminal in this country, right? A really seasoned guy. He would have stopped on the highway because it has CCTV everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? It have all sorts of people on the highway. It have men selling fruits by UV mark. It have real people walking there on foot. The biggest bandit in Trinidad going to stop right there and he going to let the police search him and do whatever right there because it has so much eyes there. You go and come quite down in the back in some kind of dead end. I don't even know if you know where he was going. You know what I mean? Now, whether or not the man had a firearm, the police said they retrieve a firearm. I don't know how true it was. I wasn't there. They said the man pointed a firearm at the police officers. I don't know how true it was. I wasn't there. All I saying is, he should have just stopped. You know what I mean? The police have the authority to stop you, and a police officer can stop you if you're driving a car and they tell you to stop, you have to stop. So I don't understand why.
Where does that way of thinking come from, though? Like, look what you just said. Like, we watched on video the man put his hands out and the police shot the car up. We saw that.
Yeah.
But where does that mentality come from? Where it's like you're finding, because you're basically giving a reason of why a person got shot and killed.
No, I never give a reason why he got shot
No,
and killed.
like,
I just want to know, like,
not a you know what I mean. You're not
Yeah.
giving a reason because you don't know, you wasn't there. But
Right.
even that, like, where's the care for humanity?
I've been pressed by police officers already in a civilian capacity. I just drive my car on the road normal every day too, and I've been stopped by police officers, and I did have good experiences and I did have bad experiences.
Even before they found out if you was an officer or not.
Yeah, even some of them find out that I still have a bad experience. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, think about it like this, right? I can speak from the both sides here, right?
Okay.
You have to understand something, right? If I pursuing you, let me say you on foot, right? And I see you hand a man some kind of illegal something, and I realize, hey, this man selling drugs here or something, and I decide to run you down the street now. And when you reach by Barbecue Kings now, you realize I am not stopping, you understand? I'm coming behind you. I'm not getting tired. You say, hey, boy, it's not one of them tired police, boy. This man can run. You understand? So you say, you know something? Let me try something. You pull a farm, you point it at me. You understand? You try something. You might figure I might freeze, I might stop. Maybe you shoot at man or two. I don't know. You try something to get away. Because it's basically that I wouldn't say that men will be trying to be actually shooting police. I feel like men will just be trying to get away. You know what I mean? If you kill a police, well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
But men is just be really trying to get away in a way. Sometimes men are already charged for multiple offenses, and if they get hold, they're going to stay up in jail for years because they wouldn't get bail again. You understand? So, let me say the man actually brandish a firearm now to get the police to turn away, to stop. Maybe the police and them was not well equipped. Maybe if it was one man in a vehicle, he might say, by me right now, nobody who point a gun at me. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe he try something to get away, but you remember, right? I running you down on the main road, right? My brother police Kendal stand up by Barbecue Kings. And I read you in, hey, a man in a black t-shirt and I had no point a firearm at me, running towards your direction there. You understand what I'm saying? Kendal never see if that man have a firearm or not. You don't know if the officers who actually was on the man at first. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying make the assumption that the man have a firearm, but obviously the level of alert Kendal gonna be on now is life-threatening, right? You're gonna say, well, a man trying to kill a police officer, he point a firearm at him or whatever. So, again, you're not gonna stop him and say, hey, I hear you now point a firearm at somebody.
What do you say to all the guys that are assumed to be career criminals being executed by police officers?
Stop doing crime.
But then that doesn't make it right though.
No,
That means we don't care about humanity.
I don't believe
because
in
you don't think circumstances have you doing crime. You don't believe in that a circumstance or a situation can be presented.
Yeah, but
that make you go down that route.
And it come back to just like what I say, as a man, I do what I do.
I was burping off again. Yeah,
As a man, I do what I do, and to me.
But if you feel that way, then you said stop doing.
No, but
Yeah,
listen, right? It comes just like this, right? A man who, no disrespect to all the thugs out there, but a man who wanna complain about something, right, and not do anything for himself, and a man who choose crime, to me, is a bitch the same way.
Really?
Because you could have been doing crime, you could have been doing crime, and I could have been doing crime too. You know what I'm saying? We could have been distressed. So at some way down the line, you had to realize that you're distressing people by some means.
Okay, fair enough.
You understand? Whether it be you're selling drugs, whether it be you're killing for hire, you're distressing somebody in some way, whether you're stealing. You know what I mean? You're doing the wrong thing.
But they have articles, man. Like I did a bunch of series in Trinidad and these different areas, Sea Lots and Laventille and all these areas. And
But I know men from Sealots who's police. I know men from Sealots who have business. I know from men who doing good.
All the stories that, okay, but when they tell about the stories about the guys who are considered criminals or the guys who are criminals saying that, yo, hey, nigga was either in his house 3 a.m. or nigga was here 3 a.m. or nigga was here. A bunch of guys came up and killed him. And we are saying that that's the police because gang members can't really get in here like that. So then now when they say that and then it looks like, and then you speak to a guy like Gary, or you speak to other guys and you hear whisperings like some niggas give the okay. I'm saying that, to me, in my opinion, why is that a thing instead of saying, yo, we're going to lock him up? We're going to lock him up and take him away. Why is it elimination?
But that's what I said, right? When a man brandish a
Pull the
firearm,
seat back up.
when a man brandish,
I got you a little hype. As always.
when a man brandish a firearm, right?
Yeah.
He trying to not get caught. You understand? I'm not gonna risk my life trying to put a man in handcuff who try to shoot me.
His name is Keron?
Yeah.
Keron, stop it, yo. You
I just saying.
You know you bullshit. You I what you heavy, but you know you bullshitting.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying, bro.
Listen,
I can name a lot of criminals. What's the nigga name with the long chains that got killed? We talked about him. The young nigga.
Fisherman?
Yeah, Fisherman. Yeah.
I
him.
saw that already.
They said that he was accused of killing somebody else. That's what they said. They said he was accused of that. Cool. He ended up getting killed.
He was accused of killing a few people.
I didn't know a few. They said I didn't know a few.
Nah. He name was falling and all
the story
other things.
he talking about is he was accused of killing a female officer.
That's what I heard after when they wrote that in the YouTube comments.
Yeah,
See,
I heard that.
But
all right, I forgot about.
they told me that he was accused of either stealing something or taking something or something like
some
that.
boat engines,
Yes, some boat engines.
right?
Does that mean you get killed for stealing
no,
boat engines?
boy,
Yeah, but remember,
well,
let me just wait.
but the two people who was on the boat died. It had two men on the boat, or it had some men on the boat, and they thief the engine and tell the man and them, hey, he point a fire. Allegedly, he point a fire, but the man say, well, that's a swim, you know. Throw them off, take the boat engine and go on. Maybe.
So how did okay.
But you know, funny enough, I just circling back on something, right? Based on based on what
He defended his force.
I'm not. I really not.
You are
I can only
defending
talk about my experience. I can only talk about my experience. Me-
What you because you stand on your shit, but you know you.
But he making sense too, eh?
Listen.
I didn't say he didn't make sense. He
Listen,
does make
I
sense.
mean
No,
real.
that's what I said, eh?
I could take all that. But what I'm saying,
Write that
what,
down.
what I'm saying, I
what we
can't, I
do.
can't. What do you want me to trust that he would not use it?
Why not?
Nah, but
You not taking that chance with your life, dog.
So that's what I'm saying. So then there's a disconnect between. So why they said when a lot of people said when Gary was in office, people started to trust the police again.
I think people were just a little fearful, so it was a respecting.
But he was, to me, in my opinion, he was the most visible commissioner. To me, in my opinion.
But you said something a little while ago, and I don't want me to go too far away from it.
Yeah.
Right? You spoke about if it's what from a humanitarian point of view,
I did.
right?
That's what I said.
As a law enforcement person or whoever else, even from like ministers and wherever they might be doing things that they might say that are not pro-humanitarian, right? And these are persons that you would look at to say, high pillars in society, doctors, teachers, police officers, ministers, prime minister. When they hear corruption, they go say, boy, but why criminals doing crime? Is that not anti-humanitarian too? I just asking. Like, what do you
Yes.
think about that? Is that are they not the same? They're not doing the same thing.
But
They're
there's
just a
certain
different
things.
way?
But there's certain. Okay, yes, I agree. What about circumstantial though?
What could be the circumstance?
Circumstances is that I'm living in a impoverished neighborhood that's not getting the resources that it needs, that's not helping what it's helping, that we got to be able to come up and provide for our community. That's circumstantial. Being in that,
that's not circumstantial enough.
what do you call that then? Because
That-
if people are not going in there and providing jobs, if people are not going in there and helping the resources, I heard a lot of the resources out here in Trinidad got shut down when it came to those type of communities.
Listen, people
So-
looking for handouts.
So you don't feel like
I don't feel like I just feel like men making excuses, dog. Men making excuses, dog.
So you don't feel like the people are that's in those neighborhoods.
I don't feel so.
But then that's not wrong. What do you base that? And I fuck with. What do you base that off of? You speaking from a
Hey,
privileged standpoint.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
There's neighbors. Fuck the neighbors. Let's talk about New York. If I live in a certain type of neighborhood and the government is not assisting, or we're not able to, some of us not able to get a job, or some of us, our conditions
So-
hold on, let me finish. Don't allow us to be, to fend for ourselves. And the government puts certain programs in play to help us, right? Once the help is not coming or it stops, it's either kill or be killed. It's survival of the fittest. You got to go out there and try to get it how you got to get it, because niggas got families to provide for.
But I want to know.
just say the key, to me, I say the key thing there.
What?
It's survival of the fittest. You gotta go out and get it. The man said you used to go and wash car for $100.
Understood, but everybody can't watch car.
Why?
everybody can wash cars, but there won't be 1,000 car washing jobs. There's not 1,000 jobs that niggas could get. You know this.
It have a lot of low-end jobs. It have real low-end jobs. You could go and stand up in a garbage truck. You could go and I don't know why you tell me you wasn't doing that, because I would have do it if I had to do it. You understand? Because when I was 17 years old, I worked for Kendal. The first time I clean a real stink.
That's why I meet you, you know.
I clean a real stink toilet in the hospital, and I didn't care. I just wanted to get paid. I didn't really care. You understand what I'm saying?
But your passion is different from others, though.
But I want to know.
You got different passion. But you chose a life, but everybody don't have that luxury.
Let me explain something to you, right? I had different businesses. I used to have similar, like how in the States you always have like a lottery booth where you can play lotto. Mm-hmm. I had that here in Trinidad, right? I do all kind of things. He came for a job. That's how I meet him. He come for that job, right? Now I see he young at that time, milk in his face. I watch him, because he, as much as he come with the job, he sharp. And I say, boy, you ain't gonna stay on this work, you know? But he come and he do the work for a time. And then when my clean and arm of the business start to pick up, he come and he start to do that type of work. You understand? But I could attest it. He's a hustler. The man.
I can tell.
I did anything, bro.
We're not questioning his hustle and his. That's not what I'm questioning. I'm saying that why does he feel that everybody thinks like him?
Yeah.
Everybody in the world don't think like you. So then when you're saying that,
but you had to
even he said the same thing. He said, "Why not? Everybody don't think like you guys. Everybody don't have the ambition and stuff like that."
And I agree.
So do we eradicate them?
No, I agree. But you had to take accountability for what you're doing, right? So Kendal opened my business, right? And his employers stole from him. His employees stole from him, right? And that could only happen if you have a business and you have employees, not so. So you need to understand that if you're slinging guns and selling drugs, the police could kill you. It could happen. You could get arrested. You understand what I'm saying? Is there a possibility? So I don't see the police coming here and shooting Kendal just so. You understand what I'm saying? I more see he hiring somebody and thief from them. I more see somebody hating on them and try to burn on the place. I more see he probably didn't pay you rent and closure, bankruptcy. Diamonds things that happen there when you're in our business. Rebuking that. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel as though as somebody who work all the way up from the ground go up, and I have my own business too. And part of that, the reason why I have my own business is through Kendal too. And he never gave me nothing. It's just inspiration. You know what I mean? Because I doing transport rentals, I have a car wash too. And the thing about it is I didn't. Nobody never assist me. I didn't have no government program to assist me. I didn't know the government wasn't doing nothing. I wouldn't say the government wasn't doing nothing for nobody. I ain't saying that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I mean,
but you wouldn't say America is a land of opportunities as well. I mean, as much as everybody can do a car wash, it have so much spaces that need people to work.
To me, America is a land of opportunities, and I agree with the idea, and I understand what you're saying, but I think that's easier said than done. I do understand what he's saying. Yo, get up and go get to it. You out here selling drugs, you out here hurting other people's families, because that's what somebody would say to me. Yo, if this person is selling drugs or if this person is killing somebody, aren't they taking somebody's son away from their family? Aren't they selling drugs and destroying a family? I understand that. I do. I'm with you 100%. But I also understand what it's like to grind to try to get to the next level, to have no options left, and know while your back is against the wall. I understand that as well. Now, while I don't know the logistics in Trinidad and Tobago, I do know that a lot of officers think like that. Yo, if you selling drugs, you doing that, nigga, the police got a right to kill you. But then that takes away from the humanitarian part. Why do we got jails if we just eradicate because they're doing that? Why we got jails? Let's remove the jails. And then let's just turn this into a lawless land. If you do something, I'm gonna knock you, I'm gonna kill you. Why we got jails?
You see, we have a kind of thing down here. People just think a kind of way down here. You understand? If somebody come here and you say, here what? The only thing I do want you to do is sit down on that chair.
Yeah.
You know everybody want to sit down on that chair? I'm telling you, everybody want to sit down on that chair. It's simple protocol. If something don't come from a high place, it's like nobody don't respect it now, boy. You know what I'm saying? People, I sure you experience that too, Kendal. People will come here and say all kind of things. They will try to.
Keep going, sorry.
Yeah, they will try to tell you, well, why are you selling this for that price, son? Why you don't sell me this for that price? So, you know what I mean? But all the bad men just play bad. Men just play real bad out here. You know, they will go in the bank and the security guard will say, hey, you gotta take off your hat, and they will take off their hat. And that's what I'm saying. People just play bad for all the wrong things, boy. They just want to listen to the things that matter, boy.
Do you feel like, and this is what I had to give, because I want to put this in my stories. I just feel like, and I stand with you, I do feel like, no disrespect to none of the people, sometimes we act like a life is just ours to take. I feel like there should be no jails if a person, this is my opinion, a person could just kill you like that. Yo, you selling drugs? If you keep giving trouble, I'm gonna kill you. That's one of the most craziest things in the world. Where does that thinking come from? You being who you are, even saying that, that's a thing. I'm not even mad at you neither, because I heard it before. So, but why is that a practice? Is it because, I worked and I got to it, so you got to work and get to it? And if you try to cause a friction or a misunderstanding in society, like, you need to be removed? Like, where does that, like, I'm listening to you, because you're not the first, yo, listen, let me tell you something. Yo, are y'all down with each other? Is this like one community? Well, are they teaching y'all that in the force?
When they come out and they see the foul things people be doing, boy, I just say, boy, you reap what you sow, you know what I mean? I don't believe.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Keron. So you said the foul shit that they doing, you're basically saying that they signed up for that?
No, I just saying.
You implying that. If right now, if I came here right now, let's just say I came to move to Trinidad.
Yeah.
I'm out here moving and shaking. I'm American. Shit ain't going the way it's supposed to go. So I decided to sell a piece of, and now my shit is building. Now some of the officers or some people, sometimes you could be able to work something out. But you mean to tell me the higher ups can feel that if I'm a problem, if I have this block moving, I deserve to get killed? I don't deserve to go to jail? I don't deserve to get arrested? You take me from my kids because of what? That's what I'm saying. But remove the jails.
Yeah, but what about the man who blocked your harassing? He wouldn't want to take you out?
That's good. That's good. That's a good comment. Yes.
It's kill or be killed. It's your face.
Yeah, but but we're not expecting.
That's anti-humanitarian.
But we're not expecting the officers to do that. I'm not expecting that. Yo,
but why
Kendal, you agree with that?
No, wait, no. It's kill or be killed. The man block you going and harass. He going and feel threatened.
Yes.
Right? So you could get killed.
We're both in that same lifestyle.
Exactly.
But we're not, so what I'm saying, but you don't understand what I'm saying.
No, I understand.
I get what you're saying too.
Yeah.
Like,
it have no moral compass.
But the people that's supposed to have the moral compass are the police officers.
All right. Listen to this, right?
You don't
The man in your field do have the same moral compass.
The man in my field do have the same moral compass, but we just chose different lives. We chose different routes to go. So I may be selling drugs, but no women and children.
Yeah, but we're
not doing
that. You say you're rising up, right? So then people work for you, people working for you, them selling anybody.
Oh, so you trying to say niggas don't have the no women and children rule? You're not gonna tell me that. There's a lot of people that have the no women and children rule.
Men don't
You're
care
not telling me that.
Listen, nobody don't care about that.
Nobody don't care about women and children?
And let me ask you something.
Yeah, okay.
What has come with drugs? Not guns?
Violence, yes.
And what has come with guns?
Death, murder.
So what I'm saying is, right? Nobody could just tell me, boy, I just selling drugs. Let me be real.
But let me look at something. Yeah,
you're making it funny.
But yes,
you can say that,
man, right?
I am a statistic. I'm saying that if anybody's supposed to uphold the law, it's supposed to be the law.
But isn't crime?
Period. Y'all niggas can't go out there and just kill a nigga because he's been. That's wrong.
You just talk about the drugs and then you talk about all the attachments.
Yeah, you clean it up. Yeah, good.
Right? Why is it in countries like Dubai, the crime rates are so much lower? One strong thing that I remember when I was traveling to there, it's how drugs is a no-no. You get caught with that and they treat you cruel.
They do.
And everybody has been conditioned like that there. So,
but you know what you're going to when you go through that. Not you know what.
So because it's easy here now, right?
Bro, if I know I'm going into a world where I could get killed, that's why I never went that route. I tell you that coming up here. I've never one day smoked weed in my life. I've never done a weed, bro.
Not me neither. I don't smoke or drink.
Right. So I drink. No, I drink now because of the stress. But Weed, I've
Kendall,
never tried
Kendall,
that.
you on bullshit.
Nah, but you can't tell me you're moving with a brick dog and you don't have a piece. Let me be real.
Kendall, I'm gonna tell you why y'all both on bullshit. Your occupation with your occupation. You on bullshit because you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
So it's that. Are you saying that Trinidad is lawless?
It is lawless.
Okay, so
I understand you too, you know.
If Trinidad is lawless, then all right, cool. Then y'all niggas, you know what's gonna happen if it's lawless. But if you have people on TV talking about, yo, we care, we're gonna investigate, it take 5 years to investigate, and yo, this is against it.
Listen,
if you
Trinidad
doing
is
all that
lawless.
shit, them niggas over there, they telling you, those countries, we are going to kill you. If you go march in the street, we're gonna kill you. Y'all not saying that in Trinidad. They're not saying that in Jamaica. You're making it seem like we're gonna put you through the just due process. If you promote that, then it's a trick. If you say that, nigga, if you do that, if we feel like you're doing too much to harm this community, you will die, and put that out there. But niggas don't want to put that out there because that don't sound too good. See, those other I gotta be mindful. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't want to disrespect. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, or no?
I get what you're saying
I
too.
feel it.
I get what you're saying too.
I feel it.
Because because I heard it before. Like what Kay is saying, I heard that same shit.
Yeah, but
nigga, we gonna kill you.
Yes, but here what has happened. I think it is to me. It's not until it reach home, right? Because the same man who's selling, the circle around them is the same man that's stealing. The same man who taking hard work who coming to light up your space and that kind of thing. And in my book, I get enough distress. So really and truly, I can do without the pest on them.
What the?
I'm serious.
Yo, y'all niggas is crazy.
I wish, boy, that you could have spent a day with me and you could have seen the kind of things that the way, like, I just do things so different just to avoid certain things from happening. You understand what I'm saying? It has certain places in the night I just wouldn't go. It has certain things that I just wouldn't do. It has certain ways that I just operate. You understand? When I come out my vehicle, when I enter my vehicle,
Yo, listen, let me tell you something.
Just because.
Even the next time, if you able to facilitate that, I'll ride with you for a day. If the law allowed it.
You like that?
Shit, I want to see. If the law allowed, I'll ride with you for a day.
I tell you, it's real different. I have to be extremely, extremely careful. Like, I just be thinking things nice around here. You know? I like when I go out I went in New York, I went all my jewelry, I went all my gems. I feel safe. Police on every.
Bro, I gotta be straight up with you and all too.
You can't do that here.
Look, like, I had a dream this week here with men breaking my meaning. And that happened when I wake up and I check in because you can never know.
But you lucky you still dreaming, yes? I just close my eye and then just open back my eye. I still even dream again, dog.
And those are things I had to be mindful of because I'm not saying it can't happen, it could happen.
1 o'clock in the morning, I say, wait, nah, I wonder if my car in the yard, but and you walk outside to check and see if your car park up outside still.
So in closing, because, you know,
Real.
do we feel like, because next time I come here, I want to talk about Bungie Garland and his contribution to the music. And do you guys think that he's getting a fair shake in Trinidad? But in closing for me, I do feel like, to the people out there, you got to just keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel, be focused. Don't let anybody take advantage of you. I think that it's important that we understand the dynamics between human beings, and it's important that we respect each other as well. Hey, yo, this is QueenzFlip. I'm here with Dai Good Talk with Mr. Ladnek, my man Keron, and we in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know where to catch me at QueenzFlip on YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere else. You know, I'm not supposed to curse that much, so let's hopefully he bleep. I'm from Queens, man.